Well, hello, Quincy. We're here at the Hancock Adams Common. At the Hancock end of it, actually, behind me is covered up the beautiful sculpture of John Hancock. And this coming, it's not this Saturday, but the September the 8th, we're going to be dedicating formally this park with an outstanding program of individuals. And the park has so many beautiful elements that we'll be celebrating, certainly a history, but this park is about the future. Recognizes the past, but it's really about the future. So I'm going to walk a little bit, give you a couple of little tidbits of what's going on in here, and hopefully you can join us on the 8th. But as I said, this part of the park is dedicated to John Hancock. His father was a minister at the church here. His father's buried at the Hancock Cemetery, and of course, Hancock Street was named for him. So Hancock moved as a boy to Boston, but he's a Quincy guy. We're certainly claiming his heritage and his contributions to this nation. It all started with his birth and growing up here in Quincy. So we're going to walk a little bit to another great element. You can see on the corner, this is actually a piece of art in itself. And I know that you'll see this when you get to see the park, and we can get into this later. It's still covered up, but this was made in Barre, Vermont with two sculptors. This is actually the official signage. Looks like a monument. It's absolutely a beautiful piece of work. I wish it could have been Quincy granite, but no quarries for Quincy granite anymore, so beautiful piece of work. So the promenade on each end will have a sign of the Hancock Adams Common identifying the park. This end will be the Hancock statue, and the opposite end, facing north, would be the John Adams statue. So currently walking through the promenade, which has beautiful pavers and granite curbing with the chamfered edges, some really handsome benches that people will be able to enjoy. And of course the landscaping. The trees look like they've been here for 30 years. The beautiful autumn blaze maples, some beautiful plantings of shrubbery throughout the park. The park's going to have Wi-Fi, power all over the place, so we're going to be able to do a lot of special events here. We can see in front of the first church here, the Church of the Presidents, a couple of the masters here working their magic, doing some great work on now the grouting portion of these beautiful granite pavers. So these guys have worked their tails off during the heat of the summer and done an incredible job. Some great talent by our craftsmen here. So this is kind of the center portion of where the plaza meets City Hall and meets the Church of the Presidents. It's going to allow us to do some great programming here. But anyone that has snuck in to see this place, there's so much greater appreciation of both architecturally of both City Hall, the old Town Hall, as well as the First Parish Church, because it wasn't long ago that this was a 4-lane roadway. And people were just zipping through here. You're trying to cross the street to get to the church. You never really stopped and appreciated these incredible architectural gems. And now people will be able to do that. So when you think about all the elements on this park, the burial ground going back to 1640, Town Hall 1844, the stone temple built with money left from John Adams' will, built in 1828, and then of course all the new elements in the park with the water features and the statues. Just an amazing place that really will be unparalleled in the region when you add all these components or elements up for it. So I'm certainly hopeful that you at home are going to be able to come and enjoy the park. Here's a great feature, Mark, if we could turn a little bit, this curved walkway. But look at these benches, how handsome they are, and these little special, it's almost like a pocket park within the park. People could enjoy, sit in the shade, read the newspaper, read a book, or what have you. And I certainly can see in the future a lot of Quincy College kids coming over here enjoying the space, but also perhaps doing some reading or getting on the internet and doing some things for school. So just an incredible space really here in the heart of our city. And historically, this was once actually the training ground for the militia back in the old Colonel John Quincy days. And again, we're going to see still a number of the men and women working on the job site, doing great work. Finishing it up for the 8th. We're right up against the clock, but we think we're going to be fine. So now we're at the northern end of the promenade, which is you can see still being worked on, being finished. Matching sign or monument of the Barre granite that identifies the site, and then we enter the space that is dedicated to John Adams. I mean, there's a lot of talk and a lot of things on the news about statues coming down the south. Here we have building new statues, and this one I'm particularly proud of because John Adams was the only founding father, the only one out of principle that did not own slaves. We ought to be, his his contributions in history are incredible, but from my perspective, his statue should be going up dramatically just based on that. Never mind all the contributions he made, both to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and certainly to this great nation. So we'll kind of loop back. So as we head from the northern part of the site back toward the town hall area, we're going to pass what is the major water feature for the park. It's a rather robust, beautiful fountain. Obviously, it's not on at the moment, but this will be turned on for the 8th. So you got to come down on the 8th. We got a lot of stuff planned for that day. But it's not an interactive water element. I want to remind people of that. But if you look at the contouring of the floor of the fountain, it's to reflect us as really a seacoast community. It looks like shifting sand on the contouring. There'll be a number of jets that will shoot up, drop into the pool. It's just a magnificent piece of work. So as I said, there's so many elements to the park that you'll be able to come and enjoy. This is a park that, and I've said it, it's a world-class park. If you pick this whole park up, you could drop it on the mall in Washington, it would fit right in. It's that beautiful and magnificent. So again, I want to invite everybody to come see the program, enjoy the program, I should say, and see the park on September 8th. The music begins at 10:30, which will include Quincy Symphony Orchestra, some amazing musicians, Quincy Choral Society, and these are folks that work so hard on an annual basis, bringing great culture to our city. So 10:30 is the start of the music. 11 o'clock, we then begin the formal dedication program, and Governor Baker will be speaking about Hancock. David McCulloch, he's a national treasure. I mean, David McCulloch is the best when it comes to historians and authors, and he'll be speaking about Adams and his contributions. Congressman Lynch will be giving a welcome. The program is going to have all kinds of cool things. The final number in the program is going to be an 1812 overture, and we're going to have the bells ringing, and we're going to have howitzers here from the Armory. So it's a day that the whole family can enjoy. There are a number of activities during the afternoon as well, with some music and entertainment. We welcome you to do that. It's all free, open to the public. And that evening, we top off the day with a fireworks display around 8:15 right in Quincy Bay. So Wollaston Beach, around the peninsula, Squantum, Merrimount, Adams Shore, House Neck, you'll be able to see a beautiful display that will top off this great celebration. So hopefully you can join us on the 8th. If you can't, the park will be open. Come and enjoy it at your time and at your leisure. So thank you.